Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glenn and Young.
Are you struggling with Amazon AMS ads? Ever wonder how much you actually sold? Or what campaign type is actually getting you the best results? Angler AMS is the only Amazon AMS Chrome extension in the Chrome store. It has one of the best dashboards I've ever seen. Just search Angler AMS in the Chrome web store and pick up your copy today.
Merch Informer is the #1 research program for Merch by Amazon. You can do niche research by BSRs, keywords, and even by merchant brand names at your fingertips. You can explore historical data to see exactly what strategies the top sellers are using to succeed. Merch Informer was designed to help streamline your research process and help organize your ideas. Head over to merchinformer.com for a free 3-day trial, and after that, it's just $19.99 per month. Use the coupon code MERCHMINDS for 15% off the entire order. Merch Minds podcast, episode number 60. My name is Glenn, Hustler Hacks on YouTube. This is Young.
Hello.
And we're talking merch. We're talking, suspended listings. And yeah, we have an update on that. And we're talking Q4. And we're talking to the Jersey guys. So action-packed.
Action-packed.
Yeah, today. Numbers, is that where you want to start? We're starting off with the news. We did get an update today.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
Oh, well then let's start with the news because I haven't heard it.
Oh, okay. So news today, December 12th, update. We will continue to pause through next week.
I knew it.
Update will be Tuesday, December 19th.
I knew it. Yeah, that's the same thing that they were doing last year, right? They would say, we'll have some update for you on this on this date. And then on that date, they'll be like, oh, we don't have anything yet, so we'll have something for you guys next week. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, so it's going to be a while. I mean, let's see what happens with this. But we do know that they're at capacity and they're trying to do everything they can. But a lot of listings aren't showing up. I was talking to you before this that a lot of my listings that, at least that I've noticed, I've seen the same shirts kind of selling over and over. And some of the ones that were selling before that caught on before this are not really selling anymore. Now it seems like it's only like a certain set that's been selling. So numbers obviously were super strong. Now they've cut down pretty good. So I don't know. We're just going to have to either, like our guest is going to talk about with AMS, plug more ads, or just kind of prepare for next year, which I've been kind of doing that as well, as far as like outsourcing and figuring that out, what I'm going to do. So yeah, you're going to kind of have to figure out how you want to approach this.
Yeah. I mean, it's frustrating because you and I talked, right? I mean, December was like the one month that I was looking forward to all year, and I even projected. I even told you behind the scenes. I was like, man, I'm projecting to do about $10,000 in royalties in December. I'm nowhere close to doing 10,000 right now.
Yeah, and at one point you started strong too.
Come again?
You started strong too in the beginning.
Yeah, but it's frustrating, right? It's frustrating, but at the same time, I'm so grateful to even have this opportunity. I see a lot of comments in the groups, people complaining and stuff like that. And, I get it, guys. Look, it's, but at the same time, just be grateful that we even have this opportunity. And if and just try and build other income streams. I mean, we talked about the whole Etsy Printful integration. There's Redbubble. I mean, you can build your own store on Shopify. There's so many other opportunities out there. If you guys aren't happy with Amazon, well, do something about it and take action.
Yeah, totally agree. You want to get into the numbers?
Yeah, this is the depressing part of the podcast here. I can start. So my last 7 days, 109 shirts sold for a total royalty of $714.20. So You know, so basically, in a nutshell, I'm pretty much putting up the same type of numbers that I've been putting up all year long.
Yeah.
So I mean, all year long I've been doing what 15, 20 shirts a day. That's pretty much what I'm doing now.
Yeah, and my numbers are kind of similar. 150 products sold. Royalties, I'm at 770, and that was like a 93 cents, but that was a huge difference. Yesterday I was at 1,000 for the last 7 days, but one of my biggest days just ended,
Hmm.
so now it brought the whole thing down. But I was over 1,000 for the last, I would say, 2 weeks or so. I was at 1,200, close to 1,300, and now it's just kind of like slowly declining day after day.
Yeah, yeah. How's your Etsy?
Etsy is, I haven't sold anything else since the last time we talked. That I
Okay.
haven't added anything new, but I have been strategizing for next year, getting that for merch, and then my second account, I think I've sold like 40 shirts. So, that actually has grown a little bit more. I think I sold maybe the last couple of days like 10 or 12 shirts. So that's been
Mhm.
helping a little bit for that second account. So I'm kind of pumped about that one.
Okay. Cool. So I pretty much put my Etsy store on vacation mode because of the fulfillment issues on the Printful side. So I put my and that's kind of frustrating too because it's like December people are shopping and I was getting sales like multiple sales every day on my Etsy store,
Mhm.
but then I had to just I was like I can't take any risk of people being upset and leaving me some bad feedback. So I just put my store on a vacation mode. I had so get this, man. I had Printful. Check this out. They printed the wrong design and shipped the shirt out to a customer, and it was just a completely. It wasn't even one of my designs. It was like someone else's design. It was so weird. Yeah, yeah. So the customer emailed me, and they provided a picture. They're like, "Yo, man, I didn't order this." So I contacted Printful, and um, they're like, "Oh, you know what? We apologize. We're going to expedite this. We'll print this immediately, and we'll ship this priority, so they'll get it like within 3 business days." So that's good. So that's good. I mean, they messed up, and they're expediting the whole process. So I was really happy about that.
That's pretty cool. They
Yeah,
followed through.
yeah,
Pretty
and
cool. Are
then
you working on the other accounts? The other merch
yeah.
accounts?
So
Okay.
the other accounts, it's I can't do anything. I was like, I know I can upload better designs into those accounts, but because of the freeze, I can't do anything. I can't scale those accounts at the moment.
Yeah.
I do have a handful of designs on there now, and some of them are selling, but um, I can't do anything at the moment.
Okay. And are you gonna well, you know what? Let's just go on. That's for a different episode. I keep talking about 2018 stuff, and I'm not even like we're not there yet. So
Yeah,
we'll
we can talk about our goals in the next episode.
yeah. And then anything else on the number side?
No, I think that's pretty much it, man. I mean, numbers are, I mean, they're solid, but I know they just they can be much better.
Yeah, and we're doing other stuff, which I mean, whether it's different platforms or in your case working and other, all the stuff other, it helps. We're not just depending on one thing. And I forgot who I was talking to, but I was just saying like, that's just part of the business how, one of them does really, really good. The other
Sure.
one's kind of a little bit slower. There's times where both of them are doing really, really good, and there's times where both are slow, or two
Yeah.
or three different things. Something's working, but that's just part of the game. But if you have, different platforms working for you, then you're not really ever out of money or
Yeah. No, I, I
options.
I
Something's
think
always there.
I think the good thing about you and I is, I mean, obviously I have the day job, and then you work for your family, but then we also have other projects that we work on, right? I mean, I got a handful of clients that I still work with. You probably get a bunch of clients that you work with. You got your eBay store. I got my eBay store, which it's so small. I mean, I don't even consider that an income really.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have other projects, obviously merch and Etsy now, and then I'm managing the other two accounts. I'm still somewhat doing FBA, and it's just look. At the end of the day, we're busy, and it's just we can only do so much. And but yeah, but I mean that's just how it is. I mean, if just do the best you can, and if you guys are strictly just doing Amazon merch, I would say seriously consider other print-on-demand platforms. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about T Public last week and the week before. I mean, so there's options out there.
Yes, sir.
So, but let's get into today's show. We've been trying to get these guys on for the past few weeks. I screwed up, man. I'm serious. Here's the thing, Glenn. This used to get me into trouble with my ex all the time. Like I used to like my scheduling was really bad.
Yeah.
And I'm being completely serious here. Like we used to get into fights all the time because I would like double book or I would like forget about dinners and stuff like that. But I've gotten better because of the smartphone. But the past few weeks we've been trying to get Anthony and Kevin on the show, and I just you know what, I'm just getting senile at my age. Seriously, man. I screwed up all three times, but they're finally here. Amazon merch, Jersey edition, Anthony and Kevin. These guys are all over the place. They're putting out great content. We met them in Seattle. Great guys. What do
Yeah.
you think about them?
Yeah, super cool dudes. And we know we're gonna be collaborating more in 2018, whether it's in person or podcast or video, something. We know we're gonna
Sure.
be seeing a lot more of the Jersey guys. So
Yeah, great guys. But yeah, let's definitely get into that interview now. You were right. He's gonna cough. Uh, so in case you guys haven't noticed, we have our good friends Anthony and Kevin.
What's
Uh,
up?
what's going on, guys? What's up, Kevin?
What's up, guys?
Hey, hey. Right before we went live, Anthony goes, "Hey, he's gonna cough," and sure enough, you started coughing.
Yeah, I wore this special shirt for you guys. Look, you see that?
What is that? Oh, you're filthy. You're filthy. That's just gross. So obviously this is a podcast. People can't see it, but it was pretty it was pretty nasty.
You can't see us?
No, I told you this is a podcast.
Oh, this is podcast only. I thought you were doing video too.
No. We'll have the video and then. So what we normally do is we always record the podcast on Google Live, and then we extract the audio. I mean, if we can put the video out there if you want.
Yeah. Listen, give it to us too, and we'll put it on our YouTube channel too. Why not?
Awesome. Okay. All right. So cool. Hey, before we go, Kevin,
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard. Kim Jong-un is shooting missiles, dude. It was on BBC. It was on BBC last night. I'm telling you, right?
I caught that like 3 weeks ago. I didn't see it recently.
If
I swear to God,
I wish someone was with me when he made that phone. Young, I was laying in bed with my wife. So when he called me and said that, I didn't want to scare her and wake her up because he startled me. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and he's texting me, "We're going to war, shots fired." I'm like, "What the fuck's this kid talking about?" I went bed quietly, and I called him, and he was dead fucking serious. That World War III has started.
Well,
All over the news.
I don't know why, but late at night I start looking up like how to launch a nuclear missile, and I don't know. I get involved with all these war scenarios late at night. I don't know why. My mind
You're
just
looking up how to launch nuclear missiles.
Right. No, I was just gonna ask him that, dude. You're probably like on the FBI's most wanted list. I'm telling you, man. They keep track of that stuff. But hey guys, so we met you guys in Seattle. Great guys, and we got along since we met, and I always enjoy talking to you guys. And here's the cool thing: a lot of people don't realize this, but we talk all the time now, behind the scenes, like almost on a daily basis, almost, right? And And I have to give you guys credit because here's the story, guys. So Kevin and Anthony, they approached us after Seattle, and they were like, "Hey, um, instead of working against one another, I mean, let's work with each other and create like this little, I don't know if you want to call it a mastermind, but I know you guys had approached us and said, let's just, as influencers, I mean, I'm not really an influencer, first of all. I'm just a random guy. I'm just a random guy on the podcast who always rants and stuff. But you were like, as influencers, let's just get together and work together. And I think it's kind of helped. I mean, because I've learned so much from you guys as far as marketing and everything. And I mean, what do you think, Glenn?
Yeah, that was pretty cool, and I'm only in there once in a while. I should probably be like a little bit more active. I'm only
Yeah,
there
first of all, I don't know what you're doing, man. You're never in the chat.
He just reads the shit and laughs. That's all he does.
I just scroll and laugh.
Yeah.
Sounds like Anthony, because I haven't contributed a lot in the thread at all recently.
No,
either.
it's funny though. There's some really funny shit in there.
Yeah, but I have to give you guys credit though, because you guys are the ones that said, "Hey, let's work together." And I've learned a lot from you guys, and it's just, and this is the same, and this is what I tell people all the time: network and create a small little community amongst yourselves, and you guys your business will grow so much, in my opinion.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Well, hold on. There's so many stories over the lifetime of us being an entrepreneur where we like turned a bad situation into a good situation, or a good situation like us into a better situation, because we just said, let's create some kind of informal communication channel, or
Sure.
Whatever we put, a mastermind or syndicate or merch mafia, whatever we want to call it. It's just informal way for us to communicate and to do business together. But we told that story at our 10x merch workshop, where remember we had that one guy sent us a legal letter, right?
Oh yeah.
I think you should tell it again, because it's important. Like, there's so many times you could take a really bad situation. We were going to get sued, shut down. And
This is the
making money.
It's a quick story. This is a good little story, right? We were just talking at 10x for 10. So back about 8 years ago, we used to do. We worked for another home business opportunity called Carbon Copy Pro. All right, it was direct sales, work from home. You generate leads for people who want to start a home business, right? Generate leads online with Google AdWords for people looking up start a home business, get them into your program, and sell them into these high ticket items, right? So I was in charge of generating leads with Google AdWords, because back then that was the #1 lead generation by far, AdWords. But it started to get really expensive unless you could find these really good, cheap keywords to get quality leads, right? So there was this company, right? You might have heard of them. They used to do all radio ads, and it was called Income at Home.
No, I never heard of them.
It was all over the radio. It was like incomeathome.com, start your own business. They were really big, well-funded. They were a front-end lead generation for Herbalife. You know Herbalife?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so incomeathome.com was like the lead generation for the whole back end of that. So they had all these radio ads, right? So we made a video that said, and a Google ad that said incomeathome.com exposed. Do you want to know the truth about incomeathome.com? No one was bidding on that keyword, but people, when they heard it on the radio, would go home and they would Google it. They heard Income at Home on the radio, go home and Google, what is it? They would see my Google ad, and the Google ad would say, incomeathome.com exposed, learn the truth. And when they clicked on it, it would go to a video sales letter, and it would say, hey, incomeathome.com is not the right opportunity for you. If you want to see something better, look at this. And I was getting leads for like dirt cheap. We were fucking crushing it, right? The owners of the company, their attorneys called us.
Oh, shit.
That's our trademark. Take down the ad right now. We're going to sue you. So we were like ready to take it down. So, you know what? Wait. Don't take the fucking ad down. Right. So we contacted the attorney and said, look, we'll take it down, but can we talk to the owners of incomeathome.com? Like, for what? Like, just because I think we could really help you guys. They're like, what? We got on the phone with them and said, look, before I take the ad, then I got a better idea. This whole thing's working really well for cheap. How about I'll change the video and I'll say, incomeathome.com is the truth. This is legit. You should get into this program. Like, what would you guys pay us for every lead that came in and bought your $10 Income at Home package? They said, we will give you $100 for every one for us. And we did it. We spun it, and we started making fucking sales like crazy for them. We made $40,000 a month for like almost a year straight doing that.
$40,000 a month.
Like a year straight. But if I didn't make that phone call, I would have took that ad down and would have never looked at it again. But instead, we spun it, right? And built a relationship with the guy that we're still friends with now.
Absolutely. No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, so like I said, I have to give you guys all the credit for organizing that. I mean, Glenn's in it. You guys are in it, and there's a few other guys. I don't know if they want to be mentioned or not, but it's just always good to talk business and strategy, and you guys are just a whole lot of fun to talk to. And in fact, I when we first met, I mean, we were just popping off jokes left and right, and I remember someone had asked us, they're like, "How long have you guys known each other?" And I was like, "Oh, we just met," and they were dumbfounded because we were like popping jokes like we knew each other for years. And but that's just how these guys are. They're a whole lot of fun. If you guys ever get a chance to work with them, I highly recommend these guys. But my very first question. Let's just get into the interview. My first question, okay, and I'm serious, and I want to answer from you guys. I watched the drive that you guys do every now and then. Where the hell do you guys always drive to?
Well, hold on. That's a really good question. That's a good question.
Give me my fucking vape. You don't
I only vape on the show.
No vape. I'm gonna get your own. I'm gonna buy you a little small little vape. You know what? You know, we stopped doing the driving because it became very dangerous, very hazardous. Now it's getting icy. I'm looking at comments. So, but all we did was I took the same route every day because I figured out where all like the cell phone spots where like bad reception would come through and stop the Facebook Live. So I finally figured out the way to go, like here, make a right, go on the highway, make a U-turn, and go to Starbucks. And after a while, we just used that same route for like 3 months straight until finally I decided, bro, this is crazy. I'm gonna get into a fucking accident. This is illegal. On top of that, there was other people doing the drive. We saw other people on Instagram.
What do you mean?
Drive. I'm like, look, we're promoting like an illegal activity here. You should not be driving and filming a video and talking at the same time.
So you guys were just driving to Starbucks the whole time?
That's it. Well, that was the destination. The route, adjusted along the way, and then eventually we found the.
Okay, because I was gonna say, because you guys would talk for like 90 minutes straight. I'm like, what the hell are you guys driving?
Driving out Atlantic City, get back.
You know how many miles I put on my fucking truck for those 6 months when we did that?
How many?
Like 10,000.
Write it off, man. Write it off. It's a business expense.
The lease company's gonna tell me when I turn it in. Oh, don't worry about it. It's a write-off when I pay 10,000 miles over, 30 cents a mile.
He complained enough for our other partner Benny to agree to say, okay, we'll pay the overage, right? Is that what we did?
Oh yeah, of course.
He complained about it so much. Then he had your tires replaced, like fucking new steering wheel, new whatever,
new engine, everything.
Oh, good God. That's funny. That's funny.
I had to get a new steering wheel. I mean,
new steering wheel, new wrap, carbon fiber.
Jeez, that's crazy. Okay, so you guys are business partners, right? So let me ask you guys, what tier are you guys currently on, and how are your numbers, if you guys don't mind sharing?
Yeah, that's fine.
4,000 tier. We are 200 more sales short of hitting 4,000 sales, so we're ready for a 6,000 tier up. Last 7 days, I think last time I looked, it was about 240 sales last 7 days, and
about 1,700 like on average.
1,700 the past 7 days. So, all full price, $19.99 standard, $22.99 premium, $29.99 long sleeve.
Okay. So let's talk about well, first of all, I completely forgot about my co-host Glenn. Do you have any questions?
No, keep going. I'll go after you.
Okay. So first of all, you guys are all about that. What was that?
We see him on the bottom.
Yeah, no, he's there. No, I completely. You know what it is, man? I talk to you guys and I get so excited. I just forget that Glenn's even here. Okay. What?
I want to talk to Glenn. I want to know about hustler hacks.
Okay, you know what? Talk to Glenn for a second.
Glenn, I want to know.
You're the most famous out of all of us.
This is very
exactly right.
This is actually a very serious question, Glenn. Maybe you could help us out.
Okay.
We want to build our YouTube channel out. You got, 30, 40,000 or more subscribers, which is awesome. And how long have you been doing your channel for?
I started like 6 years ago, and then I quit for like 2 years, and then I got serious again like 2.5 years ago.
And did you take any courses on how to build a YouTube channel, or you kind of just learned along the way and use TubeBuddy? And I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah, no, I just did my own thing. Just try to like give as much value as possible, but just stayed like super consistent with it. Like first I was like once a week, and then I was like, all right, cool, I can do this. Now I can do twice a week, and then 3 times a week. And then now I got to get to the point where I can at least do 4 or 5 videos a week. Then that'll definitely be able to grow it more and more. But being consistent for one, and just seeing it like slowly grow and just never give up on that, and just see what it goes from there.
Well, I mean, I don't have a YouTube channel at all, but I think, in my opinion, I think editing has a lot to do with it too, right? I mean, if your editing is like super clean, oh man, people will watch that, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we got Junior on board.
But the thing is, I think you got to just build up to it. I think the consistency, you got to get started, and then eventually you can make it better and better and better. I mean, that's what we've always.
If the content's good, and it's like business oriented, I don't think the editing is. If you're giving the value,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But you guys are putting out content on a regular basis. I mean, you guys are on what? Facebook Live. You guys are on YouTube. You guys got your Facebook group. I think you might even be on Pornhub. I mean, you guys are all over the place.
No,
it's after hours.
No, but for Pornhub, it's only Pornhub virtual reality. It's Amazon merch Pornhub edition. If you want to look it up on Pornhub.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, you guys are putting out content. But so here's the thing. So we were talking behind the scenes, and Anthony and I, about a week ago now, I was like, yo, man, how's your AMS ads doing? Because I was like, I'm not getting no impressions, no conversions. And then Anthony starts asking me all kinds of questions. I'm like, yo, man, I know how to place ads, but for some reason, I'm not getting any impressions or conversions. Come to find out, dude, AMS ads is now throttled.
Is it?
Didn't you get the message from what's his name in the thread?
No, who said that?
It was Neil. Neil was saying that the ads don't work anymore.
How many ads do you have up?
Dude, I got like 40 ads right now.
We have 1,800.
You got to 10x that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
40 ads, come on.
But I know. But are you guys getting impressions and are you getting conversions?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm doing something wrong. Then you know we should talk afterwards. Then
let's look at it let's think about it logically, right? You got 40 ads out, right? So let's say out of your 40 ads, or those 40 designs that you're advertising on, let's say 35 of them are throttled listings. So then you only got 5 potentially to show. We have AMS ads on 1,800 listings. So let's say that 1,300 listings are throttled. I still have 500 more listing designs that aren't throttled, so I'm getting impressions on those. I think it's like a volume game. I really believe that. I told me and Kevin been talking about this. I think moving forward, like right now during the freeze, we have our VA putting an AMS ad on every single live show we have. That's okay. Done. And the freeze is over. It's going to be part of the process. It's going to be design, upload standard, premium, long sleeve, AMS ad.
Sure.
And it's part of the process. Because with $5 daily, with a 10-15 cent bid, you're not going to lose. And we're going to be a step ahead of the game of the people that aren't running traffic. And I feel like as this gets more saturated, we need to all be a little step ahead of the ones that aren't taking action like that. You know
right. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But I could have swore Neil had said that the ads are no longer working at the moment.
I mean, the ads, they wouldn't work on, I think what he's saying is that they're not working on listings that are throttled, right? But there's a lot of listings that aren't throttled. So
Sure.
Let's work on those.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Damn, man, you got all excited, man. You ain't gonna talk to me like that, man.
Hey, put him in his place.
You know what's funny you say that, bro, is that like when people first meet us and they don't know us at all and they see us talking, they think that we're fighting. And they'll be like, guys, let's calm down, guys. We don't have to. I'm like, we're just talking.
We do that all the time.
Yeah.
We just came off a yelling argument.
Yeah,
we were just yelling upstairs. I don't even know what we were yelling about.
Hey, I think that if we were all like stuck somewhere, I would definitely have Anthony like talk for us. I think we can get out of like any situation possible.
Any situation, right?
Yeah. For
Hey,
sure.
how much is our bill? Oh, our bill's $25.46. And they could be like, oh no, never mind, it's free. I think so. So Glenn, did you have any questions?
So I guess for all the listeners out there, can you explain a little bit more about $5 daily and then your 10 cents, 15 cents, and how that works?
I'm not going to take credit for this. 100%, I'm giving credit to the treasure gnome on this one.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
So I've always done AMS manual Okay, let me back up. For AMS or for sponsored ads for FBA, right? We've been doing sponsored ads for FBA in Seller Central, right, since we started, which is the same sponsored ads that you see in AMS. It's the same thing, right? And we've always had auto campaigns in there and manual. So when I tried auto campaigns early on, like a year ago, when we first got in merch, I was bidding way too high, like 70 cents, right? And I lost money right away. So I killed it and never went back to auto. Then I built out some manual campaigns and I was bidding 50, 60 cents, but my A cost was always too high no matter what I did. I'm very loose when it comes with money, which is not good. I'm not really tight when it comes to bidding. I always overspend. I'm fucking stupid like that. I'll admit that. So we had the treasure gnome on interview, and he was talking about how he's having a lot of success with auto campaigns. I go, what are you bidding? I'm like, auto? He's like, yeah, I'm bidding like 2 cents to 10 cents. I'm like, yeah, and you're getting impressions? Like, I'm getting impressions and sales. Then he showed his back office AMS, and I saw A costs of 1%, 2%. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And then I did it. I launched like 50 of them. I saw a quick 3-4 sales, and we spent like 70 cents and got like 3-4 sales. I'm like, this is tremendous. Started building it out. And then once I saw, like, we're the kind of guys that we're not going to talk about something unless we're doing it ourselves first. And then we're going to tell people to do it. I'm not going to tell somebody to do it unless we tested it first. Once I saw it start working, that's when we started really talking about it every day on the lives, and everybody's starting to do it. So real simple, Glenn. And this is why I like it. A lot of people are afraid to do advertising because they just never done it before. They don't know how to start. This is the easiest thing you could do. You know, you add all your variations, new campaigns, sponsored products, take one ASIN, add all variations, $5 daily, 10-cent bid, auto, no picking keywords, launch campaign. I mean, it's the easiest thing you could do. And the chances of you losing are very minimal. It's very low risk, high reward. I think that the whole community should be doing it.
I think I've spent right now, I think when I checked, it wasn't even $20. It was something very, very minimal. So yeah, you're not going to lose a lot of money. I think if you do it the right way, you'll probably make more money in the long run. Correct?
Did you get sales?
I got a couple of sales, but again, I think the problem is now that you mention it, now that you clarified it, I think a lot of my shirts that I'm running ads on, they're throttled shirts.
That's exactly what it is. I bet you if you have ads on all your shirts, then a percentage of your shirts are not throttled, and then the ads would be running on those. You know what I mean?
Sure. See, this is why we always tell everyone on the podcast, if you guys listen to the podcast, we always say network, and that's what we do. We always talk behind the scenes, and if you're not doing the podcast now, I'm sure this is something Anthony would have told me in private. But hey, let's talk about your guys' the Merchinator. Yeah. So you sound really excited. Yeah.
You know what? We haven't been pushing it really, really hard. We've been like little by little testing it, make sure it's working. Plus, we're so busy with fourth quarter with FBA, and promoting a tool. It requires a lot of work. But I actually sent a survey out yesterday to all the people using Merchinator to get some feedback. And I asked like 5 questions. I don't know if you saw the email, but
I got it.
Did we get any responses?
Yeah, we got like 20 responses back. And so far, almost everybody who's used it has gotten sales. And a lot of people listed their favorite filters: weathered filter, invert, reverse, black outline, some suggested improvements to the tool. So if anybody doesn't know what it is, Merchinator is essentially like almost like an Instagram, like the filters of Instagram, but for merch shirts, right? So if you guys, people listening to the podcast or watch this video, you should know that if you got a design that's working, you want to scale it out by creating variations of that design. And this is a real simple way to make variations. There's right now, I think, 15 different filters you could choose from. So you upload your design into the Merchinator. You could preview the different filters you could put on your design, export it out, it emails it to you, and then you'll have 5, 6 variations ready to upload and submit into Merch by Amazon. It's the fastest way, and it's really cheap. It's like on the high end, 10 cents a conversion. On the low end, 5 cents a conversion. It saves you time. Yep. It saves, and if you're not you're a designer, so you make your own designs. A lot of us aren't. So it would cost a lot more to have a designer somewhere create the variations than me just do it myself by using the Merchinator. So, we're really happy with it, and we expect next year to really have a shitload of users using it. So it's unique. No one else has anything like it.
Yeah, I mean, the genesis of it was this. It was like, we found designs that were working. I would go back to the designers. And at that point, we had a student designer, working here. I'd say, can you make a vintage, version of this? And then he would sit there, between 5 and 15 minutes trying to perfect the vintage look for that particular design. So as we kept on doing that, I'm like, Ant, there's got to be a way faster way to do it. And again, I'm not a designer. I don't know if you could do it faster in Photoshop, but even with me over his shoulder in Photoshop, it just took him a while. So I said, at that point we were trying to cut our costs down, but keep the quality of designs high. And then we came up with the Merchinator. How do we, batch upload, say 100 images, apply weathered filter to all of them. And you could do that. You could batch upload, say, I don't know what the limit is, but I know it's a lot. We've done 30 images at once.
Oh, you could do a lot. You
could batch upload them all, apply the filter to every single one. You apply the vintage to image number 1, 2, and 3. Then you can apply, a inverted filter to, these other images. And then you can spit out take that 20 images that you upload and you can spit out, say, 400 from there. Mm-hmm. And literally in minutes.
I obviously have access to it and I play with it all the time. I didn't realize until just now that I can do a batch.
Yeah, that was the whole point, because we don't want to sit if you just break down the time of how long a designer takes, it'd be 5 minutes for this, 3 minutes for this, 2 minutes to invert. It's great. I could literally do it in 7 minutes. That's why we've empowered our VA, Jazz, to go and say, okay, figure out what designs using our 10X Merch Analytics tool that sell really well. Literally take those designs, load them up in the Merchinator. Now you have so she could do everything now. She could analyze the data, and now she can upload and produce designs really fast. So literally she now is 3 designers and a VA in one.
Yeah.
Right now, our overhead's really low now.
We had 4 designers. Now we only have 1.
We have 1 designer, 1 VA, which is Jazz, and then a compliance girl who goes through to make sure. And that's all. And they're all in the Philippines. That's all our overhead. So right now we're very profitable. If we're doing $1,700 to $2,000 a week, most of it's profit now. So now, in the first 6 months, it wasn't like that.
Sure.
Now that we're finally in the groove. Now we're making, now we're 80% profit.
And I honestly think, I told this to Ant, the next time we tear up and we're not hiring.
We're not going to hire. Designer, except we do after we did the live with you. We really this is another reason why, same thing you just said, why we were all friends and we talk, is that now we really understand the importance of typography.
Yeah, dude.
After reading.
Well, thank you guys.
So now we've been I told Jazz, I want to hire a typographist, but I don't want to rush it. I want to get 100 applications and really go through their portfolios and find the best typographist we can, and then we'll hire somebody in a month or 2 when we need it.
The reason we never did that before is because we were always scared of compliance, scared of us being
words.
Possibly, the words possibly taken down, USPTO problem, whatever.
Sure.
But now that we have a full-time compliance girl, right, who literally checks everything, we're not scared of fonts. And now, you brought that to our attention. We're like, dude, we could do image fonts. We could just do fonts. That book is great. That PDF is great.
Thank you. But yeah, so the Merchinator, I did play with it. So to answer you guys' question, Glenn, what would you say? If you were to take one image and to just add a distress effect, maybe, I don't know, a couple minutes at the most.
Yeah, well, at least, I don't think it would take too long. Well, I think it'd be quicker on Illustrator, probably.
Right. But here's the thing. So Merchinator, I think it's fair to say, if you're a designer, chances are you probably don't need it. But if you're someone who's outsourcing your design, or if you just have absolutely no skills in Photoshop or Illustrator, Merchinator will save you a lot of time. And like I said, I did go in and I saw all your all your filters, and there's a bunch of good ones, and it will save you time. How much does the Merchinator cost?
It's by conversion. So for $10, you get 100 conversions, right? So
$10, you get 100 conversions.
Right. So that's like 10 cents a variation, and then on the $50 package, you get 1,000 conversions. So it's like 5 or something like that. It's like 5 cents a conversion. So a variation. I mean, you're not gonna get it less than that. Outsourcing a design is not even close.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised it's that cheap. I thought it would be more.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest with you, the merch community is a cheap community. I'm just gonna.
I learned that.
And it's okay. I'm not. And listen, one thing I learned in the last, being an entrepreneur is that when you don't have skin in the game, right? Meaning that merch by Amazon's free to join, you don't have an upfront investment, then you're more reluctant to pay for more stuff. When we were in our other opportunities that cost $2,000 to get in, when you got skin in the game, you're willing to put more skin in the game. Because it's a free opportunity, it's, it is what it is, and that's it. So the pricing has to fit for the community that we're targeting. And I feel like this is a perfect price point for our community. No one's ever going to bitch about 10 cents of variation. And for us, it's about the users, and also just, we're not trying to make $10 million off the tool. Our main business is merch and FBA, and the tool, we'll build as it comes along and make some extra money. So,
you guys made the tool initially for yourselves, right?
Yeah, we made it for
exactly.
ourselves. Right.
Like if we were not leaders, speakers, whatever, we didn't do a podcast, we would just be making these tools for ourselves. Like we've done this before, but just the tools are internal. But now that we have an audience, we're happy to share that stuff. That's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it'll save people a lot of time, and it's the right price. I mean, if you can't afford 10 cents, you're probably in the wrong business. I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
You shouldn't be in any fucking business.
Right? I mean, I remember when I first talked about the whole Etsy Printful integration, people were saying, oh man, it's 20 cents a listing on Etsy. 20 cents? You can't afford 20 cents? And then they're the same guys that'll go out and spend $5 on a cappuccino or something, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. But anyway, no, definitely check out the Merchinator. We'll have the link in the description. Glenn, I know. You know what? I feel like I'm leaving Glenn out, man. Say something.
All right, we're gonna mute your mic, and we're just gonna continue on with this podcast. So, FBA, do you guys see yourself eventually just doing merch and slowly leaving FBA behind? Or do you think FBA will always be part of your business?
You know what the problem is? I'll say it, and Kevin will talk.
Yeah, I know what you guys are gonna say.
Initially, right, last year when we first got in merch, I said, Kevin, this is so much better. Eventually, this is gonna take over. But the FBA just keeps growing, and we're last month 390,000 in FBA last month.
Jeez.
This month we're gonna do between probably 750 and 800,000. We're forecasting, right? It's about 30% profit margin after that. I mean, that would be, as much as I like merch better, it'd be probably pretty foolish if we didn't continue. So then finally 2 months ago I said, Kevin, you know what? We need to just go all in on both. So now we're about to expand globally with all our FBA products. We're going to be in Amazon UK, Spain, Italy, Germany, and what's the other country?
Italy
and France.
Oh, yeah,
so there's 5. So just so you guys know in the audience, what we've learned is that those 5 countries I just mentioned, FBA in those 5 countries combined equal the same traffic as Amazon.com here in the US, but with less sellers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so according to what we've learned, we should be able to double our FBA business by expanding to those 5 countries overseas. And here's the sick thing. We also, we were always afraid to do it because each country has different, laws and registration and taxes. So we were always like, how do we even do this? And Amazon rep reached out to us, and they've made it so easy to do this. This is what they do. This is how awesome it is, because they're really pushing. So they go, listen, all you do is you got to register for the VAT, number 1, which is the taxes. Like our sales tax here, it's called VAT overseas.
Yeah, no, I'm having some issues with that right now on Etsy, but go ahead and finish your story.
So the way they do it is that you register for the VAT, then you sync up some kind of button in the back office of Amazon,
which he did,
and it syncs all your listings with the UK. Then Amazon automatically translates the listings into Spanish, Italian, French, German.
Oh, cool.
Puts them on all those sites, and all you do is ship your products into FBA UK, and then Amazon will route it from there to the other countries for you. So you don't got to send in some units here, France, Italy. They're making it as easy as possible to expand globally. So we're in the middle of doing that right now.
I think you said it right. Like, Amazon is making it easier and easier to facilitate their goals, which is global domination and growth.
Domination.
So when they make it easy for us to do, we have a saying. It's saying is this: if it's bad revenue, right? Like when you start growing a company, you have all this revenue and income coming in. Sometimes something's considered bad revenue. Like it's not worth the effort. It's literally this. If you take the same money, people, energy, and direct it literally toward your core business, you could make more money by just focusing over here. So sometimes in business, there's something called bad revenue. Now, we were considering, okay, maybe FBA at one point was bad revenue for us when we had the call center business and we were doing $967,000 a month, whatever it was, like crazy numbers. At one point, we were like, let's just shut down Amazon because, his 1 hour a day spending to Amazon wasn't worth it, right? So there's no bad revenue in this case, right? We think merch, like they made it pretty simple for us. And FBA, they're making it simpler. Like every time so we had to, we launched Canada and we launched Mexico. And I did this yesterday, right? I went to the back. I think it's /listings. I clicked like 4 pages down and it synced up our listings to Mexico and Canada. And I'm like, that's it. So I called up the rep. I called up, customer service and I asked her and she's like, that's it. So it synced up most of our listings. And now today I was going to call back and ask, like some of these listings aren't synced up. Like, how do we go and sync these up now? But
I think every platform, regardless of what you're in, there's always the pros and cons, and that definitely sounds like a pro. And I know the VAT on Etsy is just a nightmare. I don't even understand it. I'm trying to get a hold of my damn CPA. He's in Tasnia. I can't even pronounce the damn country. He's over there somewhere. So I can't even get a hold of my CPA. So
you have to activate international orders on Etsy, or it automatically does it.
Come again?
Do you have to activate international ordering on Etsy, or automatically you're available to be sold internationally?
Well, it was automatically. I was getting international orders, and then I just discontinued it. So I went into the settings and I just discontinued international shipping because I just don't understand it. Again, like I said, I can't get a hold of my CPA, so I was just like.
The thing about it is that here in the States it's like $20 plus tax, right?
Sure.
International, you got to put the tax in your sales price and then remit that. So let's say that that's 20%, and your price of your product's $20. You got to mark up your price to $24 to include the sales tax, and then you got to remit the sales tax.
Okay, but then that means if my shirt is technically $20, I'm priced at $24. Now the U.S. customers are paying that higher price.
That's how it works with Etsy, but I know that for when we're doing FBA overseas, we have to mark all our prices up by 20% to include the VAT tax.
Yeah. Or you know what? It's just so damn confusing. I'd rather just not even deal with it on Etsy.
On Etsy, maybe it might not be worth it. But I don't know what kind of numbers you do. I think you're doing good numbers, though, aren't you?
I'm doing decent numbers. It's only because, like I said, I haven't really scaled it as much as I wanted to because I'm still trying to figure out the whole tax thing. So once I get a hold of my CPA and he gives me the thumbs up, I'll upload all my designs on Etsy.
Oh yeah, why not, right?
Yeah. But I've been doing for some reason I don't understand. I mean, well, I do understand, but for some reason, for the amount of shirts that I have listed, I tend to put up really good numbers. I mean, I only have like 380 products on Etsy, but yet I'm putting up decent numbers.
Are they all 380 unique, or you mean 380 and that's between like totes and mugs and?
Yeah. It's like one designs on like 5 or 6 apparels.
Right, that's good.
Yeah. So, but cool. Hey, before we let you guys go, what are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? Hey, I'm trying to go out and visit you guys, man. You guys are like, hey, you have an open invitation. I'm like, what's up, man? What are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? Anthony, you're like, oh man, I'm hanging out with the family, and I respect that. But what's up, man? What about you, Kevin?
I'm gonna call her now and say, look, I'm not gonna hang out with you and the kids New Year's. Young's coming into town with fucking hustler hacks.
Yeah.
All night in New York City.
Nah, man, I respect your decision. What about you, though, Kevin? Huh? What are you doing?
You know what? Last year I spent it with the wife. This year, no wife. No, I'm kidding. I'm spending. I got.
But if you are around for that weekend though, like 29, 30, whatever, let me know, man. We'll definitely go to dinner. We'll go have a couple drinks.
Okay, well, I'm still trying to like I got my first few locations already locked and loaded. I'm still trying to figure out the tail end of my trip. I might not even make it up there. I mean, who knows? I mean, we might have to postpone that until maybe when it gets a little warmer, I guess.
Well, either way, I mean, we were chatting, me and Young, yesterday about maybe doing a workshop with us and these guys together, whether it's here or
dude,
there.
you guys got to do a workshop.
We had so much fun.
They enjoy it so much, and you know the details that you guys give them. Like you could do PowerPoint presentations. We just got right into their business and said, "Oh, you want to hire a VA? Give me your phone. Okay, here's how you communicate with them on Slack." Like, and they were like, "That's it." I'm like, "That's it." Like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
So let's do all the.
No, I mean, yeah, you know, we did the whole meetup in Denver, and that was a huge success. Everyone enjoyed it, and the number one feedback that we got was they liked how small and intimate it was. Like they don't want like that 500 attendees, conference. They want it, small and intimate.
Yeah, so we're down, man. Let's definitely talk about that.
Let's do it. Well, hey,
one last question. What do you guys think of Bitcoin?
What?
Bitcoin.
About that's crazy. We were just talking about that before you guys came on board. Glenn just bought some Litecoin. You said, right?
I knew it.
I know. I bought some like a Friday. I think it was like 140. I think is what it was at, and now it's like at 3 something. So,
dude, I told him, I was like, dude, just sell it and you can retire now.
My dad's in the house over here.
Hey. Nice.
He just walks in whenever he wants.
Hey, he's a boss though.
That's right, he's a boss.
Well, cool. Well, hey, again, it's always fun to talk to you guys. Thanks. You know what? We were supposed to have you guys on for like the last 3 weeks, and I'll take full responsibility, man. I screwed up on my scheduling.
You did, bro.
I did. Man, you know what? I need to get a VA for my own personal life. I swear.
Listen, make sure you give us a copy of this video. We're going to put it up on YouTube.
I'll do it.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having us on.
Okay.
All right, then. See you.
Be good, man.
I'll tell you what, man. Every time I talk to these guys, I feel like dropping the F-bomb. It's not Kevin. It's not Kevin. It's Anthony, but he's a great guy. But no, great interview. Those guys. I mean, I swear, every time I talk to them, we talk everything, man. We talk merch, we talk life, we talk football, and all kinds of crazy stuff. What'd you think?
Super cool, and I think that we keep going like back and forth random stuff, but I think with the AMS stuff, I think it's definitely worth giving that a shot. If you haven't signed up for AMS, try to see how you can get in.
I think there's some workaround on that. I don't have that workaround. I think there is a workaround that's floating out there, so I would just ask in different groups. But we don't have that workaround on how to sign up though.
Yeah, and you know what's kind of funny is that once we started interviewing them, I was like, oh man, AMS. And I looked and I totally forgot that I had like some ads that have been running since October.
And you never terminated them?
No.
Are they still running?
Yeah.
Are they making you any money?
So here's some of the stats since we're here talking about it. So one of them, I did a daily budget of $3, 16,000 impressions, 210 clicks, and I spent $85. Total sales $218.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not bad there. The other one, a little bit less. I actually had way more impressions, 72,000 impressions. I spent $90. Total sales $201. But I'm gonna go through this, and I'm definitely gonna use their little technique of low bids of what, 10 cents, 15 cents.
Yeah. No, you know what? I just got to go in there and I thought, so when Neil said that the ads aren't working no more, I thought he meant Amazon's throttling all ads or most ads. But Anthony is saying they're throttling the ads for throttled shirts. So I'm going to go back in and start placing ads on shirts that aren't throttled.
Yeah.
So I'll do that later today. But guys, again, thank you for tuning in. Man, I can't believe the year is almost over. It's going to be 2018 soon. If you guys want to contact me, email me at yong at geekhustle.com, or go to geekhustle.com. You can also tag me in the Facebook groups. Glenn, where can people contact you?
Hustlerhacks1 at gmail.com. Hustler Hacks on YouTube.
Okay. And we said this before, guys, if you guys want coaching, we do have it. It's available. And just go to merchminds.com, sign up for it, pay for it. Either Glenn or I will sit with you and we'll teach you everything that we know about the Merch by Amazon business. Otherwise, we will we will tune in with you guys next week.